Moses joins us for the first look at sports. Now a busy day for Lloydminster Bobcats as the AJHL deadline finally arrives.
Yeah, and it came down to a time for the Bobcats, because it was cut down day, to get their roster trimmed to 25 players. Of course, this team had 23, looking to make some moves to give them some leeway, perhaps, heading into the trade deadline for the CJHL. Of course, they started in a big way, moving a big defenseman. They shipped out Tyler Kuntz of the Bobcats to Prince George of the BCHL for 19-year-old forward Taylor Allen and future considerations. Now, Allen had 2 goals and 3 assists in 22 games, while the 20-year-old Kuntz had 10 goals and 15 assists in 30 games this season. Also, another 20-year-old was traded by the Bobcats. Eric Tarian was sent to the Drayton Valley Thunder for forward Michael Cardinal. Now, in that move, they do get another defenseman in return. They sent Cardinal to LaRange for defenseman Alan McPherson. Of course, the CJHL trade deadline is on January 10th, so it should be interesting to see where the team will move next. Now, as for the on-ice product, the Cats' struggles are starting to show in the standings. As of right now, they are in second in the North Division, but the teams below them are catching up, including the Sherwood Park Crusaders, who are tied with them, making tonight's tilt even more crucial to get back into the win column. But is the team hitting the panic button? Nermanisa reports.
Another game, another slow start. Kyle Moore's first period goal was the 5th straight game the Bobcats have allowed the opposition to strike first.
Well, we struggled basically for 6 games now.
The Bobcats are mired in a slump as of late. In their past 6 games, they are 2-3-1. Special teams have also been an issue. While their penalty kill has been their best strength, only allowing 4 goals on 30 attempts in their last 5 games, they went 2 for 20 with the man advantage in that time.
Yeah, you could say we're on a little slump, but I think we know what we got to do to get back at it. It's not that we're not trying, but it's just we got to bear down on our chances. We got to bear down on our passes, bear down on hitting guys, and just the little things that we got to really work on.
The coaching staff say their defensive game has not been getting the job done in the past 2 weeks.
Even the game we won in Grand Prairie pretty handily, didn't play very well on our own end. And I think what you've seen all 6 of those games, we played defense for 23 or 24 great games, and the last 6, there hasn't really been a lot of commitment to defense. There hasn't been a lot of communication. And
I think everyone's just trying to find a good role where they fit in. We're, like you said, we're trying to find our place. Whether it be trades or just new lines or whatnot, I think we'll find our way out of this slump.
While some may not be in panic mode,
I think we're in a better spot than what I pictured us in right now this year. So, you know what, I think just stay positive and things will come. And, I mean, we're not going to win every game.
It may be a different scenario for the coaching staff. Now, after making 2 big trades on Monday, more movement may be needed to break some bad habits.
it's more than a blip. I mean, 2 or 3 games is a blip. 6 games tells me that there's some issues. I don't think we're as tight as a team as we need to be. When you don't communicate as much off the ice as a group, it tends to show on the ice, and that's something we're cognizant of and something that we'll try to address a little bit.
Nermanisa, Newcap Sports.
Now, just this past Sunday, the Bobcats held their annual Christmas skate, creating some memories or new memories for their littlest fans. So in this week's Beyond the Boards, Nairman Esau caught up with a few players and asked what their special memories are from Christmas pasts.
So we're here at the Bobcats Christmas skate, and I'm here with Ashton Clark, and we're wondering, what is your favorite Christmas memory? We're less than a month away, so I want to know, what is your favorite Christmas memory?
I'd have to say probably just going out to the farm with the family and spending time with them. Those are probably my favorite memories.
Where's the farm? About what would you guys do Christmas morning? What's Ashton Clark family tradition?
We usually start by opening presents once everybody's up, and then Dad usually makes a big breakfast for everyone, and then we go outside, build snow forts, snowmen, that kind of stuff.
One year when me and a couple other families, we just out of the blue decided to go skiing for a week in Banff, and it was fun. It was out of nowhere, and it made it even funner, so that was good.
When was that about?
When? I think 3 years ago.
It has to be when I was about 5 years old. I was really into Power Rangers, and I got this big, expensive toy from my grandfather, and it's like great Christmas.
Who was your favorite Power Ranger?
The red one for sure.
Jason, yes, the Red Power Ranger, great answer. And you did wind up getting the Red Power Ranger.
Yeah, the big one. Almost life-size. It was about 3 feet tall.
Okay, that is a Christmas miracle.
The Boundary Ford Curling Classic Final was set. The 2014 Manitoba champion Chelsea Carey taking on Jolene Campbell, who's been at the Boundary Finals before, skipping for Amber Holland last year. We'll pick it up in the 7th and 5-3 Campbell with hammer facing 2 Carey stones. The shooter will slide through the 4-foot, giving Carey a steal of 2. Now we have a tie game in the 8th end. Campbell with an opportunity to get the pair back. Her shooter will roll after tapping the stone at the back 4. That will require a measurement, and it will only just be a single for Campbell. And that proved huge because in the 9th end, Carey going for the double herself, just needing to nudge the blue stone, and she gets enough to score the deuce. Carey taking the lead for the first time. 10th end, Campbell down to her final stone, needing to tie it. She will get past the guard, but her shot runs out of steam. Carey steals yet again for the 9-6 victory. The Winnipeg product is your 2014 Boundary Ford Curling Champion. And she gets some much needed momentum as well. She heads to the Canadian Open Grand Slam of Curling in York next week. We have reaction from both Carey and Campbell.
We just went, okay guys, let's throw everything we got at them, put a bunch of rocks in play and see what happens.
It seemed like Chelsea Carey and her team were dead and buried, trailing 5-1 after 4 ends. But 4 consecutive points, 3 of them coming from steals and a big 9th end, proved to be the difference in a 9-6 Carey victory.
2 points in 9 was huge. That if you only get a single point in 9 tied coming home, I don't like our chances. So 1 up is a nice cushion there, so that was really big deuce in 9.
As for Jolene Campbell, she's been here before, coming from behind to win the event last year as a skip for Amber Holland. This time around, she had the large lead, but gave up several points off steals. The game could have still gone Campbell's way, but she could not convert when mattered.
I think the draw for 2 and 8 there, I think, we just about had that, and we were just a little bit heavy there. Obviously, my first one in 10, I didn't get anything good out of that shot at all, and it wasn't an overly difficult shot, so I had to make something happen there. But, they played really well, so can't take anything away from them.
We almost gave her a deuce back in 8, but ended up with a force. But that steal of 2 is huge. We were in big trouble till then, and all of a sudden it's a tie game. When you're 2 down without, you don't think you're going to be playing 8 tied, so that was a big one.
It's Carey's second win with her new team, the Manitoban now curling out of Edmonton. There have been growing pains, but the win at the Boundary Ford Curling Classic is seen as a stepping stone, a big one, as they get ready to compete at a Grand Slam curling event.
It's nice to be back up there and sort of starting to pull it together around the right time. We go to Yorkton in a couple weeks, which is a really big one for us, so like going in there with some momentum.
That's all the time we have in sports. We'll have more Newcap news and weather for you after the break.